Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to be inspired, motivated, driven? Are you ready to learn the ambitions of Bunny Boo Live? I know I am. Welcome to welcome to Transitions. Welcome to Motivations, baby. I am your host, Black Square, because my computer is not working as expected. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. We might as well, this is the most, so I thought last week was a scuffed episode. This week is scuffed. Last time I could blame it on my guests. This time, this is all me. Watch how fast I fix this problem. Ready? While I fix this, let's talk a little bit about our guest. Our guest today is somebody who I have been wanting to talk to for a long time. 1.6k followers on Twitch, a hell of a community, someone who's driven to become partnered, because she is one hell of a person. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great honor that I get to introduce Bunny Boo Live.
Here I am! My mic was muted too. Here I go. I'm gonna laugh when it says though. Will I become a Twitch partner? It's gonna say no, and I'm gonna laugh. This ghost is just roasting me.
FBI, open up!
Welcome to Motivations, episode 3. I'm so glad that you're here. I know that people are very glad that you're here. Your community is 100% behind you and ready to hear a little bit more about you. So why don't we start with that? Bunny Boo Live,
Oh.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, first off, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I always love being a guest on people's streams because I'm very anxious, if you can't tell. And I will tell you right now, firsthand, my goal for 2022 is to put myself out there more. So
Okay.
immediately when you asked me, I was like, let's go here. Like, let's go.
Oh, hell
Um,
yeah.
So thank you very much for having me on. And thank you so much that I was like the third person that you chose. Like that really means a lot to me.
Oh my
Like
God.
that you,
Of course.
yeah.
Of course. That's
Well,
so thoughtful.
yeah. Well, that's me.
That is you.
So so a bit about me. My name
Yeah.
is Bunny Boo Live. You can call me Liv. I have been streaming for 2 years. You may have known me as the Moisten Loin previously, but I did change my name. I think it was 7 months ago now, maybe
Yeah.
8.
It was a little bit ago. I remember the change happening.
Yeah. Some people still come into my streams and are like, "What happened to the Moisten Loin?" I'm like, man.
She's still here, I swear to God. It's just different.
Nah,
It's
she
just
died.
different.
She died, bro. R.I.P. We had a whole
Dude,
funeral for her.
I totally get that. I mean, when I started streaming, I was Fat Boy 96. Yep.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I love it.
I
love
I had a hell of a moment. I was thinking to myself, I took a very large hiatus for a while and was like, you know what? I don't want to be branded as like the fat guy, because sometimes, like someday, I swear I'll lose the weight. So I need to like rebrand a little bit, and instead of using the name that I used for my competitive Melee days, I went with. Sorry, hold on. I went with Jim Sock Hancock, which was a joke among my friends because that was my Twitter name for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I rebranded that way, and I think it went really well.
I really like your name. I mean, when I first met you, I was like, oh, that's just you. I always like names that rhyme, like
Oh,
Jim
hell yeah.
Sock Hancock. Like
It was,
I love that.
I think at first it was, what did I call myself? It was on Twitter, the first name that I made for myself, I think was Jim Sock Hancock, and then it was, I think it was like Kit Kat Hancock or something like that, and I just kept changing it because I thought it was
Yeah.
hilarious. I didn't use Twitter that much, so, but yeah, so the rebrand, I guess that's where we can start, right? How'd that go for you? I know that was like a big decision that you made.
Yeah, it was a very large decision and it was a hard one. I had a lot of friends that were like, "Don't do it." And then I had other friends that were like, "Please do it." Obviously, the Moist and Loin is not a very comfy name to say. And basically, as I graduated with my undergraduate degree, I was going to grad school. I moved back home. I didn't like all my friends weren't there. And so I was like, well, how am I going to spend my spare time?
Mhm.
So I just saw how much fun he was having and I decided to hop in on it, but I want to do it differently because I am not very good at games. And so I ended up getting this PC. Like we built this PC. I bought all the parts throughout a couple months.
Mhm.
Black Friday deals, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go.
Woo! And we built the PC. I started streaming, and originally my name was the Moist and Loin because I had no intention on streaming, and I wanted people to know, like, oh, I was like his biggest fan. And then a couple of his friends and I had like a joke where, like, you know, they came up with names about like loins or something, like the Loin Watcher. Someone came up with that once. So anyway, so then, you know, as time went on, I realized like it just wasn't me. Like first off,
Yeah.
no one was calling me Liv. Like everyone knew me as Liv. No one knew me as like the Moist and Loin. Like whenever I go into people's channels, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Liv." And like nobody named Liv would be in the chat. And people were like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'd be like, "That's me." And I just got tired of saying it. And then my final blow was I rated out one day and I don't remember
Mhm.
this person's name. Like I really don't remember their name. I never went back because I was so traumatized. I found this girl on TikTok and I was like, "Oh, we'll go make a new friend. We'll go rate
Yeah.
her." And I rated her and she immediately like froze and was like, "I don't know if this is a hate raid, but and I was like, "Oh my
Oh
god,
no.
I promise." Because my name was so vulgar. And I was
Right.
rating this woman. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, this is it. That was my cherry topping. And so then
Oh man.
yeah, it was not good. And so then for a couple months, I would say really about 4 or 5 months, I tried to come up with a name that really resonated with me. And I had so many people helping me. And basically I came up with Bunny Boo Live because I like, you know, the double B and then, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like bunnies. I like bunnies. I like scary things. So that's the Boo. And then
Okay.
Liv is my name. So that's how I came up with Bunny Boo Live.
Okay.
And that's the story of my origin. And here we are. And I really think it's gone great.
Yeah.
Like I feel a lot more comfortable. People feel more comfortable with me in their streams. So I would say it was a very successful rebrand. And I have this wig now. This is a wig, people. It's not real hair. Everyone says, "I love your hair." And I'm like, it's a wig. $20 on Amazon. I'll
It's
give
a
it
hell of
away.
a wig for $20. Oh my god.
I know, right?
Send me the link. I want it.
I'll do it.
Oh hell yeah.
Put it link below.
Finally. Link below. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. YouTube streaming is very different, but also at the same time very much the same.
No, it seems really cool. Like I didn't know how to, like I have it on my phone too, and I'm like, how do I type on my phone? And then I was on my PC and I was like, oh, this is how you. It's right there.
It's right there,
But on
Liv.
my
Come
phone,
on.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That adds up.
I'm not tech savvy.
So
I'm not tech savvy.
So how long have you been streaming for?
2 years this past December.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so I had my first stream. I had my very first stream sometime in like January, or not January, sorry, it was like November. But then I
Mhm.
like ended it and I was like, this is stupid. I was playing Red Dead and it was like nobody was there and I was like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna do this. And then I revisited it back in December. It really only took me less than a week to hit affiliate because, like I said, my husband's already a streamer, so he, you know, he got me the people to come watch. So I hit affiliate pretty quickly. So I don't know the exact date, but I hit affiliate on December 29th. So that's what I call my anniversary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
almost January, but December. So it's been 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, I think we started. I was based on what you just said. I think we started right around the same time. I started in October of 2019.
Yeah.
And
We're pre-pandemic streamers.
Oh yeah, we
right?
hopped on the train before it even got to the station. That's
That's
what we did.
Guys. No, I was kidding.
So I mean, when I started off in November or October, I streamed every day between October and the end of November for about 6 hours a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I cashed in. I think at the end of November, because I started right near Halloween, so I don't really call it like October. It's basically November. The month of November, I streamed I think 180 hours or 200 hours. Yeah, and yeah, then I took a 2.5 month hiatus. But
what happened?
I got burnt out. I got burnt out.
Yeah.
Is that something that you ever experienced, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't. What's the longest I've been on a hiatus? Is out. I want to say it was my most recent one was 2 months, and it was like this past hiatus, and that it was all kind of on accident. Like I was just going through a lot, and like a lot happened, and I was just like not trying to bring that energy.
Yeah.
Like I like to consider myself the person who can make you feel a little bit better. Like that's why I have the job that I do. And so I just didn't want to bring that energy, and I just felt burnt out. Like I compared myself to a lot of people. I compared myself to a lot of people who are full-time streamers, which please, if you're not a full-time streamer, don't compare yourself to full-time streamers. They're gonna achieve a lot more than you. I stream like 2-3 times a week, and I'm like, why am I not getting there? Like, Olivia, you're not putting that much effort into things. As someone who's a full-time streamer would.
But... Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel the same way sometimes. You know, I think that, you know, a lot of times with burnout is, you know, I've experienced just like I just don't want to commit to it. Like, you know, like when I was starting off like that many hours in November, I mean, I think I gained a pretty substantial amount of people that followed my Twitch account. But, you know, at the end of the day, numbers don't make you happy, you know? Like, numbers
don't. They don't.
But I mean, so if you had any advice you could give to somebody who is experiencing burnout, what would you give them? What would you say?
I would say just remember that it's okay to want to take a break. Like, if you consider streaming a job, or if you consider streaming a hobby, it's really important that you take breaks. I mean, in any job, you have vacation time, you have PTO. Like, take that time. Don't feel like you are obligated to stream just because you have a community and you have to make them happy. Like, your community would rather you be happy, if that makes sense. Like, don't feel like, oh, I gotta go, even though I'm having a depressive episode. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do and that's how you're coping with it, that's fine. But for me, I need to take that time to myself, and I don't want to put that on my community. Like, I'll reach out to my community members, but yeah, if you're experiencing burnout, take that time to recoup, come back, do the things that you love, change things. I think change is something that a lot of people think is scary. I think change is scary, but change is a good thing when you come back from burnout. Like, I update all my panels. I obviously changed my name. I like bought a bunch of stuff. Like make it like a lively area, however you want it to be. Like, just change it up.
Yeah.
And then you'll be good, hopefully. If not, revamp.
Yep, start over. Start over.
Sell the PC, sell everything, give up. No, I was kidding. Do not give up. I mean, I will tell you, just honestly, streaming is not for everybody.
Right.
And I use my husband as an example. My husband's a great gamer. Like, I really think that he could be a competitive gamer. Like, everyone who's ever met him has said that. Do I think that he's a good streamer? No. That's why he doesn't stream anymore. And
Right.
that's in the nicest way possible. Like, he's
Yeah.
a great guy, obviously. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
And he
Whoa,
did
wait,
really
you love
well.
your husband? I'm sorry.
No.
You love
No. I don't.
Damn. You know,
Yeah.
you heard it here first.
You know how it be. You know how it be.
Sometimes it just be like that. But anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And it's streaming just was not for him. He really had a hard time, like, you know, communicating between like playing and then chat. And I think the reason a lot of people like Twitch and like YouTube and like Trove and these other platforms is because they feel like you're talking to somebody. And then when people are like competitive gamers, I mean, they're just focused on the game, which isn't a bad thing. But I don't know. I just think sometimes people are like, "Oh, I'm just going to go game." Whereas Twitch is really more than gaming. And we have seen that with a lot of people recently. Like a lot of people. I'm going to shout out BB Jess right now because she's blowing up. I mean, she doesn't play games. She has like a freaking dance party and it's awesome.
I don't know. Yeah.
So like streaming isn't just gaming anymore. And I think people are like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do." It's like, just revamp.
I mean, look at what we're doing right now. I mean, this is something that I came up with in December.
Yeah.
And I was like, because you know, me too. I'm not good at games. I think that I can make games really entertaining because I'm so bad at them, but I refuse to like stop.
Same.
But no, like stuff like this is you really have to, at least in my opinion, you really have to figure out what works for you, right? And like
Exactly. Yeah.
if you want to focus on gaming, I think that that's something that you need to like make clear with your audience. Like, I will most likely not read what you're saying because I am hard focused in this.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, if that's something that you're not interested in, that's totally fine.
Yeah. I honestly think, from my personal experience, I think a lot of people who are competitive gamers are the people who started years ago.
Yeah.
And they made their following because of how good they are. I'm not saying that, you know, competitive gamers now, like, they don't have a chance. Like, I think anyone has a chance. It's really about what you do with your content.
Mhm.
Like, if you're just sitting there playing a game, and you're just like, I'm probably gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're gonna be like, and I'll be like,
okay, bye.
I don't know. Everyone's different. You have to find your community, and you just got to go from there.
So
Yeah.
that's something that I actually wanted to talk about. And I think that's a solid segue. Is community building and is, you know, keeping you know, that high retention rate, and you know, having people that are comfortable to come back and watch something that you're doing that's not what they originally came for. Hey guys, it's 10:15 p.m. on a Wednesday night, but I did just want to say, if you are watching this far, I appreciate the time that you take out of your day to watch my videos. And if you want to join the community that I'm talking about trying to build, you could do so in the link below. Join the Discord. So go ahead and do that, please. It's in the link. If you don't know what Discord is, then no, you can look it up, but I need you. Okay, bye. Back to the video. Bye. What would you say is the most important part when it comes to community building and being just having that high retention rate with your audiences?
Well, two things. First thing is, it is really hard to retain a community. I have seen firsthand that sometimes you outgrow people, and that's okay. And sometimes people outgrow you. I mean, if you are a reasonable adult who can cope with things, that's okay. Like, people are going to outgrow you, you're going to outgrow people, that's fine.
Mhm.
Sometimes people just disappear because I don't know. Like, I have friends who I still consider friends who I haven't talked to in months, and I don't know what happened to them. And that makes
Right.
me nervous. I reach out and I try, and I think, you know, I do think moral of the story is, when you're building a community, you have to care. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a very empathetic person. Disclosure, I work in the mental health field, so I'm just very, like, I'm good at recognizing when people are going through something, even though that, like, not all the time, right? Because some people are really good at putting like a face on. I've been known to do that. I have friends I know who do that. But sometimes people will just disappear and you don't know what happened to them. But that's okay because like we just talked about, like we have taken a hiatus before,
Right.
right?
Right.
People go through things. People get jobs, people get married, people have babies, people lose a loved one, people are just taking a break because they are traveling. I don't know. Um, and I think honestly, and I'm gonna say this because you and I start at the same time. I honestly think that people who started either right before the pandemic or during the pandemic have seen a huge shift in their numbers because everyone was quarantined when you first started streaming. So obviously you were gonna have a huge spike in viewers because nobody was doing anything. Twitch was like, let's go, like this is our time. And now people are back out doing the things that they love, do it like visiting family, going to events, going to concerts. So I do think that that's another reason why a lot of fluctuation is happening currently with people. But for me personally, I've kept a community because I like to meet friends. I like to meet people who come to my stream. We have a lot of things that are similar of interest. And also there's some people that are complete opposite and somehow we get along and I don't know. I feel like truly it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of dedication and people want to come back because they're remembered. Like if someone comes back, like let's say it's like their sixth time coming back to your stream and you don't remember them,
Mhm.
like that's gonna hurt, right? Like they're gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh, this person doesn't remember me. And like, it's very circumstantial. Like if that's the sixth time they come back and it's like once every 5 months, okay, yeah, probably not gonna remember you. But if it's like consistent and they're like there all the time and you're like, I don't remember you. Also welcoming people back is a huge thing. Like I've had two friends this week who have come back to streaming and just being there, even if it's for 10 minutes, just to say like welcome back, like you were missed, you were loved. I'm happy to see you back. I mean, people remember those things. People do remember the things that you do for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important thing of building a community and why for me I've kept a lot of people is because I really do care. Like I want to know them. I want to get to know them. I had a segment just like this, except it was conspiracy stuff, and I moved it into a podcast just because it ended up being too much for me. But I would ask people to be on all the time, and like that means the world to them. Like I hope you know, like this means the world to me that I'm here talking right now, and just like having them be more than just a viewer.
Yeah.
Like if you're a competitive gamer, have community nights where you play. If you're people like us, like have people on stream, play community games, like make them feel like they're actually part of something, not just, oh, I'm here
Mhm.
and I'm watching your face and watching you cry, because that's what happens a lot on my stream.
Oh, Crispy Cowboy! Crispy Cowboy!
Oh my god.
But yeah, long story short, I don't know. I really don't have a solid answer because everyone's different
Right.
and you just have to work with it. And you just if you like people, you'll get through it. I don't know.
No, I think that's very well put. I think a lot of that's something that a lot of people need to keep in mind is if you want to build a community, you actually have to be involved in the community in order to have that.